Today, what is it, day 10? We're gonna be hopefully working on the dash and actually put it up today. Fingers crossed on that. I don't know how fast we can do that because that needs some time, but we'll be putting in the dash today, hopefully. And right after the dash, motor goes in. You know what happens when the motor goes in, plug and play, and it's ready to go and head your way. But I'm gonna be cutting this out for the heater box, and Trav and Bug, I don't know what they're gonna be doing. Maybe just taking this out for the dashboard. And on the train tunnel, just take this out, take these little pieces off, these little brackets to hold the dash up. And I think that's it until I can get ready so we can get the dash on. So, or we might clean.
I guess you're gonna be stuck on cutting, and then we're just gonna have to take some time to clean. We've been having some big storms out here in San Diego, so it's kind of handling with all this mess that we've been left to clean up. But,
you should have pasted on the tarp right there.
We're gonna show y'all what our tarp looks like right now.
That looks horrible.
Yeah, we gotta invest some money in our shop pretty soon. So we're gonna try to get that done as well. And we're getting some more rains this week coming up too.
So. Yep, this week, next week, it's gonna be planned for this whole month. This is what the tarp looked like. And last rain, that's what we had to do. So now, got a replacement. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on right now. 16 by 20. You can start on that. Fishing! Ah! Caught a fish. Now we prepare for the rain, baby. Nice and dark up in here. Can't see squat. But now you can. All right. So your boy's about to start cutting. Got everything here. I'm gonna be drilling this hole, so I'm gonna see if I actually get this on one take. Because I did all the little measurements. I don't know, I just use a measuring tape and just, because there's a little piece down here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see it. This piece is exactly the same spot as the new edge. I just went off the measurements on here and kind of went off of that and then just made it myself. Let's see how it goes. Would you look at that? And then, you know what I'm saying, since Boog and Trevor in construction, look what I found one. Look at that. Ooh, boy. It might just be a tad smaller, but that's fine. It'll work still. You know? All right, let's see. It is a little bit smaller, but I don't think that even matters at all. So now I'm gonna just mark this and cut this out. That way, it can fit the little rubber piece that's supposed to go, so it can fit this one on the insulation on the inside. Look at that, boom. I didn't cut it out. I didn't record it, I know, but I cut it out with the little wheel. This dude Bug, homie, done let me cut this up with a razor, and he had this the whole time. Look at this. It's a perfect fit, and this dude had me sitting here hurting my fingers, homie. This is ridiculous. Let's get started. That's gonna be clean though. It's gonna be a clean cut. You gotta get a new battery. The battery dead though, huh? All the batteries are dead.
It's that Tesla battery.
And you're gonna throw the battery on the side instead of throwing it back on the charger. Wow.
That's why they're all fucking dead.
Yep. Not me. That's right. Now that should be good. Perfect. I hope so. I'm gonna be cutting this with a razor for a while. Woo! That's just off of the eyeball. Ow, bit my tongue. Oh, damn. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just close it up right here. I just need enough space so it could just pop straight out. So I'm gonna just close this up a little bit so that way it'll be nice and smooth. The bottom is through perfectly. Squeezing it, squishing it. So we're good to go. I need one more bolt right here to hold the bracket piece that I think it's the accumulator, the little can. But I'm gonna put that up later on. We got this up, so now we're gonna dash.
This is day 11.
3 more days left.
Yep, but today we'll show you guys how to do a SN95 dash swap. This one's an 86. It differs from the 87 and up from the top brackets. I'll show you guys how to do it. Get started on this. All right, first things first. We're gonna separate the skeleton from the cover. So you get all these bolts out, you gotta take the vents out, take all the wiring off, take the airbag out, speedometer out, radio, separate it, and then we'll start working with this one. Everything out of the way. We'll finish the rest of the screws, which are in the front, so we have to flip this back forward, take the centerpiece cover out, take the cluster out, and we'll get those unscrewed, and that should be it. So we separate it. Out. All right, so we're gonna start with the top two brackets, driver side, passenger side. Show you guys how they line up and then how we're gonna have to move them. And then with these, the Fox bodies were kind of reinforced already a little bit, and you could bend it down a little bit and match them up after you move this over. So you'll move it over, do a rough guesstimate right here, size it up right here real quick, show you guys what it needs to be done. Right here, you'll see we need to cut this, move it over a little bit, but of course we're gonna have to reinforce this thing first and foremost. So we'll find some metal, make a wedge right there under that so it can hold the weight, and go from there. So Book got that off, and what you want to do is you want to cut this flush. This mount, and there's a mount on the passenger side right here. So cut both of these off. So today, I plan on getting the rest of it done. It's gonna be a long day. I'm rolling on 3.5 hours of sleep. Went to bed at like 4:30. Woke up with a phone call from Trav at 8. But yeah, we're gonna try to figure out how to do this because the mounting points for the 86 is totally and completely different from the 87 to 93. So we gotta figure out how to get the dash, one, to fit, two, figure out where they're gonna mount at, because we try to keep them the same as the dashboard where the holes are at for the original bolts. So we try to keep that like in its OEM location. That way we could actually put the vent on and then take it off as well and get to the bolts right there. So we're trying to do that today. Hopefully we knock it out. We got probably about like 5 hours before we gotta go to Trav's son's birthday party. And then yeah, so let's see what we can knock out today. Let's get it. Let's get started. So Trav and Boog left off on kind of getting the dash prepped, but not really that far in. They cut the brackets, the original brackets off, and they
remounted them to where it'll fit the original stuff still, but it's supposed to fit on the 86. So we're gonna put the skin back onto the little skeleton itself, which is skeleton right here, and then the skin, you know, because the leather skin, and then go back to actually putting it back in, take it out, back in, take it out, back in, take it out. It's because we don't really have a thing to like go off of. This is all, yeah, it's just all off the dome pretty much. So it's like a freestyle, you know what I'm saying? We just freestyling this dashboard right now, and we're gonna get it. So put the skin back on, and let's throw it in there. So forgot one thing. Before putting it back on to the actual skeleton itself, the bones and stuff, we want to cut this side piece. This little piece right here, this little lip, that's gonna stop you from actually putting it all the way in on a Fox body. So we're gonna cut that off. If you're doing, you know what I'm saying, a dash swap like this, we're gonna cut this off, the whole little edge on both sides, and then put it back on the skeleton, put it together, and then put it back in. So let's get started on that. All right, make sure that you have the proper gear, because it does fling a whole bunch of crap everywhere when you're cutting, and that stuff just stays on you. So I done cut a plastic bag and put it on my head, so none of that stuff gets in my hair. It looks like a shower cap. You can use a shower cap, but I just use this for a little quick little, you know what I'm saying, throw it on. So yeah, it's gonna get everywhere. It's all over my clothes. It gets itchy because it's plastic, but yeah, make sure you cover it when you do this stuff. Let's go.
All right, so now what I'm gonna do is take these channel tunnel brackets off.
Channel tunnel still.
I said that? All right, so now what we're gonna do is take these tranny tunnel brackets off for the dashboard. So get that done in 3, 2, boom, done. Let's get started on the next side.
Man, we are forgetting a lot of stuff to include before we actually throw it back on, because, you know, when we first started out, it sounded like we were just going to put it back together and throw it back in. But that's not the truth. But after we got these tranny tunnels out, now we bolt them back in to see the placement of where they're going to be at, and also to see where the center console goes too. So it's all an adjustment all in one pretty much. So throw these up, and then we can get going finally.
And another thing, or side note, these tabs right here go towards the front of the dashboard, which means closer to the rear end and the engine bay.
And if you notice on the airbag sensor that's on the back of the dashboard, they have 2 bolts on the driver's side, the 2 holes, and 1 hole on the passenger side. Just in case you guys get lost, or if you guys are doing this or somebody's doing this and they like, dang, I forgot which side it is. So that's exactly how it goes. So just remember the holes, and the long part goes down.
Another thing is y'all gonna have some adjustments, so don't tighten them up all the way.
Okay, so got it up, got it in. Now with these, the 94 through 04 dashboards, they're gonna have to be cut, and they're gonna be cut along this whole top piece. Now this is for anybody that's doing it themselves. I know it may be boring to the people that's keeping up with the not even, because this is some work, and we do work. But look, cut the top part. Why? Because if you look at it this way, 1, this is not where the seat's gonna be at, and it's already close to your knees. 2, if you put it all the way back up, all the way up, that's to the back. That's touching the windshield. And it's not even close to where the mounting bolts are supposed to be at.
And then look at this gap right here.
Yeah.
It's on both sides.
Gotta clear that gap up too. So we'll show you guys where we usually cut and how we cut it. So let's get started on that.
All right, so we got about, let's say like 3 inches, 4 inches to cut, but we'll still have a gap at the end because what we do is we make the vent still functional. So a lot of people, they just cut it all away, push this towards this right here on the weather stripping, and they call it a day and they don't have a functioning vent. With us, we don't like to do that. So if you guys are looking for that, just cut a little more off and you'll have it to where it's all the way tucked onto the jam right there. All right, so took paint pen, put our finger on the windshield to mold the shape of the windshield and drug it across the whole way so we can get the shape onto the dashboard.
But Torrance side is a little janky. It goes like this and then it's like 3 different lines. But I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, since I'm an artist, I could just fill in the blanks and act like, you know, the shape of the windshield once I get it out of the car. Let's roll.
We're good at this cut.
Come on.
That?
Oh.
Oh, funny. Go ahead, what was you doing next?
Okay. Wow. Oh. Stinks. I can't smell it through here though. Right there, you see it? Right there. Right there below that bolt, the center bolt. Right underneath that, that's where you make that cut. And then we just tee it off before we get to the corners. That way we could just follow this real quick and then see where we're at in a little bit. So instead of cutting a whole bunch of times, because this is basically like a freestyle, you get rid of the hard stuff. It's a little tough and it burns you too, because you're burning all this plastic off of the cutter. So and just be careful. Make sure you wear safety protection. This is easier to actually adjust right here on this side and adjust on this side instead of going all the way across and then eventually having to cut this off. So we just chopped the whole thing off, not useful at all. The thing about it is, with these Fox bodies, it's so thin right here on this between the windshield and stuff. But the vent's gonna cover all of this, so you don't even really have to worry about that. All you need to have, if you're gonna get barred, is to have that one bolt to hold on the defroster so the little fins could face up straight. That way it'll just be perfectly fine. So let's get started on this. Let's draw this perfect line, finish the line, and then start chopping both sides. All right. So while Travis cutting, I'm basically making the brackets for the dash on the driver's side. I'm gonna be cutting this out. So we marked up where the bottom of the brackets, I don't even know what to call these, mounting points for the dash or something like that. Okay, anyways, so we marked them up with the green marker on both sides, and now I'm basically, well, Travis got his whole piece. Well, no, never mind. He marked it to where it's empty, or where it's a blank space right there. And what I'm actually doing, this stuff is coming up easy. And if you guys working with Fox bodies, you guys know how difficult this stuff is. This stuff is actually coming up easy. For it being an 86, we dealt with Trav's 87, and his was difficult even with dry ice. So this is actually pretty nice. I like this. This is doing pretty swell. So I'm gonna get back to it. So this is what I'm doing right now, and then yeah, we'll probably hopefully go from there after the brackets are done. And actually, we still gotta make brackets for these, which is not too hard. It's just bending. Just make that straight. Just bending, yeah. And again with this side, look at this. It's just with ease. I don't know what it is. Look at this. Y'all know exactly how hard that is to come up. That is ridiculous. But the reason why, excuse the airplane, but I'm gonna speak over it. But the reason why I'm doing this and cutting this out is because we're not gonna be replacing the sound deadener. So we're gonna leave all the stuff that we can. That way it's not as noisy and all that other stuff. So yeah, got it shaped. Now it's ready to go in and actually weld. So we're gonna be back after once Travis done, because he's actually welding over there the bracket for this driver's side. And we'll be good. Okay, so got it mocked up. Look at the lines. Oh, it's dripping. Never mind.
Out here shaking like a stripper.
Stupid on me. Well, got the lines up perfect. It's supposed to be scooted forward more, but yeah, got it out here looking good, baby. We just got it mocked up, but Trav made this bracket. So it's the original bracket, but he chopped it short. So the reason why we gotta mount it, it sucks on the 86s. It really does. On 87 and 93, it's way easier, more not as complicated as this one is. This one, you gotta come with a whole new drawing board. We kept the original e-brake for our 87 and 93. This one we had to get rid of because it does not fit. So we're gonna have to mount a new one, or mount the one that's actually off the Mach 1 onto here so it actually fit perfectly, and then we got to do all that other stuff. That'll be later though. But this one, the reason why you got to do it behind the cluster, you're gonna have to take it off in order to take the bolt off. You don't really have to, but we want it to where it's locked in place on all four corners. So boom, right there. We're gonna make a bracket down here, and then we're gonna finish that one back there, and hopefully it lines up perfectly, because it's supposed to line up with the hole. The reason why this one's behind the dash, let's get back to that subject, is because it is blocked by the VIN tag. On this 87 to 93, the VIN is actually pushed up a little bit more. This one's more of a flat surface, flat and long. So yeah, we're gonna have to mount it behind here, which is not that difficult to take off the cluster at all. It's not at all. So taking that off should be pretty simple, and it's just a little bit more to it to actually take the whole dash off, but it's going to be locked in place, so we're good to go on that. So we marked the marks where the holes are going to be. I'm gonna grind those, trace it to where it's going to be at, line perfectly, and Trav did that on that side too. So I'm gonna weld those. He's going to weld the bracket, and then hopefully we'll be done. So let's get going. So now time to fully actually burn them in. Trav getting ready. Ooh. Red hot. Fried chicken time, baby. How they be doing that Panda Express? All of a sudden, on fire, baby. Yeah, cool it down real quick. We gotta get that in there ASAP. Bonding time. Am I talking about the dashboard or am I talking about Trav? I'm all loud with it. Look at it. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Bolt it down, lock it in place, baby.
Now time for Torn to burn the tranny tunnel brackets in.
Me and Trav are done. Calling it a day. About to go head to a little B-Day party. Everything is good, lines up. So we're good to go. We'll catch you guys next time. Look at that. Ooh.